Julia, up, down, all around, that's what the oil market is doing here. But walk us through exactly what the report was and what turned the markets around.
Absolutely. So the Wall Street Journal reported that the UAE was considering leaving OPEC+. And keep in mind, they have talked about this for several years because the UAE wants to monetize. They have spare capacity, so they want to put more oil in the market. And they feel that OPEC+ is not giving them that spare capacity. And so that's what Wall Street Journal reported. Then our reporters here at Bloomberg heard that, well, they're anonymously saying, no, that is not true. UAE continues to stay with OPEC and will always do so. That's what they're saying. And so this dissonance, what we're really seeing is what traders are saying, that the reason that this is happening is because the UAE wants more output. And so maybe they're trying to get that way by talking to the media and showing that, you know, they'd be willing to pull out, but they don't want to. And in order to get that output, because right now their quota is around 3 million with OPEC, 3 million barrels a day. But the UAE has the capacity for 4 million barrels a day, and they want that capacity. And so that might be the next tension with OPEC+.
And when you look at OPEC broadly, they must be quite satisfied right now, Julia. Prices around $80. We haven't seen a lot of volatility. So to that end, do you think that this is something that even the idea of entertaining another million barrels could receive a lot of pushback, especially from the likes of Saudi Arabia?
I think so, but a lot of people are bullish right now because of China's recovery. When China completely comes back on the market, we're going to see some people VTOL trading. They're all saying peak demand. And so they could be persuaded that we will need more barrels on the market in the second half of the year. So I think there is that possibility that they'll have to consider. But right now, you're right. They're happy. You know, it is $80 a barrel, and we're not even in peak driving season. So that is something to consider.
Well, Julia, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Of course, you are all over those analyst notes and what could come next for the oil market specifically. This upcoming next week is going to be Sarah Week in Houston, essentially the Super Bowl for the energy players, where I imagine a lot of the conversation is going to be just how high oil prices can get. Julia, what are you hearing?
Absolutely. And this just came off of the heels of International Energy Week in London, where all the traders were partying. So you've got these two back-to-back weeks. Basically, what we've been hearing is that everyone is bullish right now. So some traders are a little wondering, well, if everyone is bullish, should I be bearish? But I think really hearing from these companies, because last week was traders at International Energy Week in London. This one is going to be companies and big oil market movers and deciders. And so I think seeing how they think demand's going to play into it will be a very interesting take. But it sounds like everyone is pretty bullish on 2023.